How's everybody doing on this fine evening right before we switch over to a whole new calendar cycle? Yippee! We're actually going to be going through and ranking every game we 100%ed this year. In two categories. We're ranking it in two separate categories. So we will be ranking every game, and there's 40 of them. We will be talking about them. We will be ranking them. There's less this year than last year. I didn't do this last year. I just decided I wanted to do this year. But I only finished 40 games this year, while last year I finished 54. So next year we need to do more, but that's besides the point. We're going to be ranking in two categories. Every game we 100%ed on stream, or some of these I did not do on stream. I either did not do the 100% on stream, I just played the game on stream, then finished the 100% off stream, or I just did the game fully off stream because it was just not like a game I wanted to stream. But we're going to be ranking them all. We're going to be ranking them on how much I enjoyed the game. And I'll go ahead and switch over. Just looking for a game because I haven't fixed it yet. Hold on. Because we're just sharing my screen. We're just. Bloop. Voila. Okay. We're using the ranked category. And as you can see, we have this is the category for how much I enjoyed the game. So we have did not enjoy, which means I just did not enjoy the game at all. I just did it just to do it. We have meh, which means mediocre. I have enjoyed, where I enjoyed the game. It was cool. Really liked, where I'm like, okay, I really like this game. This is a good game. And then adored, love, give me more, which is like, oh my god, I need more of this game in my life right this second. So this is rank, and these are all. Ignore that first box. I messed up on that. But this is all the games. That we did. Silksong's on here only because I didn't exactly do all the achievements for it, but I did 100% the save file, and I just thought it deserved to be on here this year. But the rest of these, I have every single achievement in the game has been gotten. So, and then we have another one, which is how hard was the game 200%. So for this category, I have a baby mode where the 100% just you played the game, you get the 100%. No real challenge, no real having to think about it. They have pretty easy, the games where you may have to do a little thing, and I was like, oh, this is pretty easy. I know, we have two rank lists going on here. And then we have kind of hard. It's like, okay, these achievements are giving me a bit of a problem. And we have insane, where it's like, oh, this is really hard. I'm struggling. And then we just have, I don't want to scream into my mic, but just, as in this, I never want to do this again in my life. This was misery. I wanted to cry and bash my head into a wall. And then the same games are on here. So I set up two lists. And I kind of tried to set them up by order that I achieved them in. So this is like the first one I did this year on to like the last one. It may not be perfect, but it's in a relative order. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, and we're going to be talking about the games and what I enjoyed about them and what I didn't enjoy about them. There's some games on here that I really enjoyed, and then there's some games, specifically one, which I'm looking at right now, that disappointed me very much. I'm very disappointed by it. But yes, two. It's like definitely more than one. I know, we're going crazy. So the first game we have is Far Lone Sails. So that would be this game right here. It is a really good game. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I don't know if it was quite as good as the sequel type game, but let's see. I really liked this game. Well, yeah, I really liked this game. The story was really good. Yeah, the story was really good. The story makes more sense once you play the second game because the two games interconnect in a way that's very, very satisfying and very, very enjoyable. Like, I really appreciated how the second game connected with the first game. But yeah, it's not a long game either. Like, I think it only took me like 2 or 3 hours to beat. Like, it's a relatively short game. The second one's much longer, and I somehow 100% the second one before the first one, but that's because of a couple achievements. But yeah, I really like that one. Now, to rank it achievement wise, which I think is going to be the harder part, because it wasn't. Plus, with these beginning games where I'm trying to like remember the achievements and what we did, I knew there was a couple. There was really just one where you had to beat the game in under a certain amount of time, but it wasn't. And then one where you had to like, you could not do in one playthrough, you had to like do it again, and then I think some for distance, but it wasn't like hard. So I'd probably say this to 100%. This game was pretty easy. Like, it wasn't too bad. It was more just grindy, I guess. But good game. I recommend it. Great game. Definitely, if you're gonna play Lone Cell, though, you gotta play Changing Tides, but in that order. You play the first one and the second one. But you get it, yeah. Alright. So the next game we have on our list is called Valley Peaks. Now this game is really interesting because it's like a climbing game, because I got really into Peaks of Yore last year. So I found this game called Valley Peaks. It's really, really cute. And I believe the creatures are frogs, which I love frogs. But and the concept was really, really cool too. Like the climbing, the story, you build the radio towers and you have to, and I probably should have put this in the beginning of the stream, but there will be spoilers about these games because I'm talking about them. So just fair warning, or at least some spoilers. But yeah, so you like go around and you build these radio towers, but then they cause problems, so you have to go and back and tear them down. And I don't know, it's just a really cute and fun game. So I'm gonna put it at Adored Love Give Me More, because I would love more Valley Peaks. Love that game. Such a good game. So cute. And now we switch over to our second tier list, which is how hard it was. Now, the difficulty for this game is a little skewed for me because I bugged it. So it probably will be a bit more, like, it may be a bit more, I may put it as a bit harder than it really is, but that's just because my thing is really skewed, because there was one achievement where you had to beat every time trial. So you had to climb every mountain and every route in under the amount of time. But the time was so ridiculous where you had to use the jetpack to achieve it. Like, you could not do it without the jetpack. But one, and I think there's just so many. I think there's like 3 jetpack upgrades, and once you get the last one, you go too fast to where you can't get the achievement anymore. Like it locks you out of the time trial. So I actually had to start the game all over on my own time and not get the final jetpack upgrade just because it bugged for me. So because of that, I'm gonna put it in insane, and it's mainly because of that one achievement of having to beat the time trials and having to replay the game all over again because I broke it. And I was like, I believe I was two or 3 time trials away at that point from getting it when I broke it. So just be warned. Alright, the next game we have on this list is Discolored. This Discolored is a color-based puzzle game. So it's a puzzle game where you're like restoring color to the world, but it gets really weird. It's been a while since I played it. I don't remember all it has to do story-wise. It was an interesting concept, but it wasn't like I wasn't like obsessed with it, you know. It was like, so I don't know whether to put it in meh or enjoyed, because like there were parts of it that's really cool. And I do plan on playing the second one because they did come out with a second one, which I hope goes more, because the concept of colored, like the coloring puzzles and having to solve puzzles to bring color back to the world, which unlocks other puzzles, is really cool to me. I guess I was just bad at it. I got stuck at quite a few of the puzzles, and that's probably just a me problem, not a game problem. So, oops. But yeah, it was an alright game. I will play the second one at some point just because I wish to see the rest of the story. But there really isn't, like, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Difficulty wise, we are continuing. I'd say it's pretty easy. Yeah, I'm gonna put Discolored in pretty easy because most of the achievements you get by just completing the game, and there's like a few others, but they're really easy. So you know, actually I'm moving Valley Peaks to really liked, but I'm moving it to like high really liked. Like I liked it more than far, but I'm saving Adored Love Give Me More for like the games where it's just like, oh this game hurts sort of games. Okay, yeah, moving on. God of War. Now this game is a game that I would have never played if it wasn't okay, I can't say wouldn't have played, but wouldn't have played when I did if it wasn't for it being redeemed in my stream, because I have stream rewards set up to where you can redeem a game, and this was one of the redeemed games of this year. And it's a game that I probably wouldn't have played for a very long time if it wasn't redeemed. But I loved this game. Oh my god. This game was genuinely so good. The story, amazing. Like, I genuinely did not think I would absolutely adore this game as much as I do. And I cannot wait to play the next one. I got God of War Ragnarok during the Christmas sale, and I cannot wait to play it. Oh my god, I cannot wait to play it. I love this game. I love this game so much. It's such a good game. Just like, and there were so many moments in the game where I would be like, okay, alright, we're getting to the end. We just gotta go now. And then bam, we're not there. We gotta go do this. And then I'll be like, okay, we did this, so we're good now. And then bam, not yet. And there were so many just like moments like that. And just the story between Kratos and his son and the past, and I am obsessed with mythologies. And the fact that I believe God of War is in Norse mythology, I believe. I don't want to get that wrong. I believe it's Kratos was in Greek mythology and then moved over to Norse mythology. But I'm just gonna double check. Yes, okay. It's Norse mythology, which is like my favorite mythology to like play or learn about. Like out of the different, like out of Celtic, Greek, Norse is by far my favorite. I love Norse mythology. And it's hard to find a lot of good games set in Norse mythology. But God of War is one, and it's so good. And I cannot wait to play Ragnarok and see what's gonna happen in there, especially after the ending of God of War. I'm really excited about it. And if I don't stop talking about it now, I'm just gonna ramble for the next 20 minutes about this single game because and plus we have more rambling to do in the other list. So let's move on. Now, for difficulty of God of War's achievements, I wouldn't say majority of them are inherently difficult because there's unlike a lot of games in that kind of game genre, there's no difficulty achievements. As in, there's no you must beat the game on the hardest achievement possible, like on the hardest difficulty possible. After some point, my words are gonna start folding in on themselves. You can beat the game, you can get every achievement in whatever difficulty you want. And I started out in the second to hardest difficulty because once you reach the hardest difficulty, you can't turn it down. And I got through the main game and most of the achievements in that difficulty. I did end up having to turn it down for a couple achievements. I had to turn it down for the one of the DLCs where you're like climbing the volcano-y area, and it's like a bunch of like the arenas, and a couple Valkyries, and then the final Valkyrie, because it was just I was losing my mind. So I am gonna put it in insane just because of those two, because it is kind of insane. But luckily I was able to do it in a low difficulty. So we're moving on to Liminal Core. Now, I am a fiend when it comes to liminal space games like Liminal Core, Pools, I believe Liminal Shift, which is one we'll pull out later. I have several more to play. I have like Dream Core, and there's another one that came out with a chapter 2 recently that I need to play. Like there's a bunch of more liminal space horror games which are like a Nemoiopolis, which unfortunately I think chapter 2 got cancelled, and I'm very upset about that. because just the concept of like the really interesting architecture and areas without a entity or creature that is actively trying to get you makes my brain really happy. And Liminal Core is one of my favorites. They just recently came out with a update which I played, so I am gonna put it in Adored Love Give Me More just because I really, really did love it. It's such a cool... It's one of the best ones because it's primarily in the pool rooms, which is one of my favorite areas, but it has like some really cool pool rooms. Like it starts to get really kitty and like clouds and a lot of like different walls and textures, and you can actually go down the slides. And then it moves all, like it gets out of the pool for a little bit and has it's like play space and like it's so cool. And then it had something else, but I can't remember what it was. Like it just recently came out with a whole new chapter, and for some reason I cannot remember. So difficulty wise, I don't really know. It wasn't like anything difficult. There were some stuff you could miss. But I would say it's probably baby mode with difficulty, because the majority of achievements you get by just playing, and then there's a few here and there that you just go back into chapter and then just like slide down a slide so many times or fall into a hole. Like there's not really anything like hard about it. So the achievements are really easy, but the game as a whole is really fun. So I really enjoy it. And I actually we got the first 100%, I believe, earlier in the year, like really early into the year, and then we just recently finished it because they came out with a whole new chapter and expanded chapter 3, which was really cool. Alrighty, we have good old Tattletale. Tattletale was a very interesting game that I've wanted to play for a while, and then we finally did. Tattle Demon. It's I think it's supposed to be based off of those like what are they called, the little like toys you can get that are like little creatures and will talk to you. They like actually exist. I just can't remember what they're called. Furbies. But I say I enjoyed the game. It was a pretty fun game. There were some funny moments and some spooky moments. But yeah, nothing too much to say. The Kaleidoscope DLC, I think is what it's called, was really interesting. How the memory got skewed and you had to go into like the kaleidoscope or whatever to like try to fix it, which was really interesting. So I enjoyed the game. Achievement wise, how hard was it? I wouldn't say it was too difficult. I mean, I guess the main thing was collect every gift egg, which you just had to like replay and try to find them. So I'll probably put it in pretty easy. It was easier than Discolored or Farlon cells. So, but it was very easy. Nothing like crazy went on, or got jump scared a few times, but it was pretty chill. crime scene cleaner. Now, technically speaking, I don't have it 100%ed yet because I hadn't finished all the. I have like one achievement left to get, and it's just finishing one of the tech trees. I just need a few more points. Because they added the achievements when they added the nightmare mode. I enjoyed the game. It was quite fun. I'm gonna put it in front of Discolored. There we go. We'll just do that. The main game was pretty cool. The story was interesting. The new update they came out with where it adds like the like spooky areas and it like twists the maps was really cool. I really enjoyed that. It was such a neat concept to see all the maps twisted in different ways based on the map. And there was like the party one where like it's like the party house and you have the cabins. I think that's the one. We ended up in like some kind of temple at one point, which was really interesting. There wasn't like a whole lot of stuff to do in the temple, but it was there. We ended up there. So it just had like a lot of cool stuff like that, how it got spooky. And the museum level, even though it was really big, having to like put the museum back together was really neat. So yeah, I would say I enjoyed it. 100% wise, I don't think there was inherently anything hard in it. I think it was just more like having to play levels over and over again to get enough points to fill out the tech tree, because the nightmare levels don't give you the points. They don't give you like the little points you need to unlock the new skills. So you just have to replay normal levels and get those points. Oh, and then the Fever Dream cat level. Oh, that level was so fun. Oh, that level was so fun. So I would say it's kind of hard, just because Nightmare don't give you the points, so you have to replay normal levels and then just collectibles, and then just the game itself is kind of like, it's time consuming, gotta clean up everything. But it wasn't like, it's not like terrible. But definitely the nightmare levels are superior to the main game, 100%. Especially certain ones. I really enjoyed the pizza one with the animatronics, because it kept moving around and it got really spooky. And the Cat Fever Dream level, we got to build a box fort. Not just a box fort, a legit castle out of boxes. We had to collect all the boxes and build a castle with the boxes. It was fantastic. I loved it. So yeah. Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is a game we played last year on stream, and then I finished the one achievement I was missing this year because it was a choice you had to make later in the game, so I had to replay through the majority of the game. I don't know whether to put it in really liked or adored, because I really did enjoy the game. There were moments that I would get like stuck on needing something and not being able to figure out where to get it, or this and that, and the game is so sad. The game is so sad. I think I'm gonna put it here. Like, I loved it, but it's like further down the list. Like, I didn't like it quite as much as like, I'll put it in the middle, because I think I liked it more than Limicor. Anyway, it's such a sad game, and thought-provoking, and there's so many moments in it, but it's so cute, and I don't know, it's just, it's such a good game. It's definitely one of those games that's like, you have to play it at some point in your life. Like, there's a couple games I feel that way of, like, Outer Wilds is a big one. Outer Wilds is a really big one because that game changes one's perspective on life. I'm not going to talk about that game because that is not a game I'm going to spoil anything of, but I definitely recommend Outer Wilds. That game is a game. So Spiritfarer, I feel like, is also one of those like needs to be played games. Like, I probably just have like one hand worth of those games that I'm like, I tell people, it's like, please play the game, play it, just play it, please. But yeah, difficulty wise, if I remember correctly, most of the achievements you just played the game for. It was just that one that had to do with a choice, and that's not hard. You just have to replay the game if you don't back up your save file, which I don't really know how to do, so I never really do. Oh, but there was. Right. Sorry, sometimes I have to go back and kind of look at the achievements to... I'm gonna put this one in kind of hard, 200%, because you do have to do about 2 playthroughs because of the choice. And there is a couple, like, you have to make every meal, like cook all the meal types. You have to make everybody reach ecstatic mood at least once, which is pretty easy for most of them. There was just like a couple that was really hard to get to ecstatic. Like, the cooking every meal is kind of hard, especially if you don't use something for it. Like, you just have to do all the stuff yourself. But yeah, very fun game. Definitely recommend. Donut County. I'm gonna put this in the meh category. I know that seems kind of odd to put it in the meh category, but like, I liked the game. I didn't like the story as much, and the dialogue, like, there was a lot of dialogue. I just kind of wanted to collect everything with the hole. I didn't need good gajillion bits of dialogue. But so I'll put it in meh, cause like, I didn't hate the game, but it's not one that I'm like really enjoyed per se. Difficulty wise, I would say pretty easy. I wouldn't put it in baby mode, because there were a couple, like, you had to beat like the flying thing without getting hit any, and stuff like that. But and then a couple miscellaneous things that you had to like fly up really high for at the end, or this and that. But overall, pretty easy game, 200%. Nothing too crazy about it. Node Buster. This is just one of those like incremental games where you do something, you die, you collect things, and you can upgrade, and then you just repeat that for all eternity. It's not a game I played on stream. It's a game I played in my free time. Pretty good though. I enjoyed it. There was some grinding to it where you just kind of had to leave it be and to build up enough little things to afford things, but it was one of my first ones I've played, and I did really enjoy it. It was pretty fun. You're a little block, and you go and you smack other little blocks, and you break them, and you collect their little block pieces for upgrades. And stuff like that, so it was pretty cool. Difficulty wise, again, pretty easy. I feel like most of these games are gonna go into pretty easy, cause like there really isn't much to it. It's more just time based. Yeah, probably put it in baby mode, because it really is just play the game, grind a little, and you're good. Nothing much to it. Alrighty. So the next game we have on our list is called The Looker. Now, The Looker is a parody type game of The Witness. The Witness is another game I absolutely adored. I thoroughly really like The Witness. It's a really good game. So The Looker is kind of like a parody of it. And it has some really funny moments in it. So I really liked The Looker. It was genuinely a really good game. Nothing too much to say, because I had like the different areas, and it wasn't nearly as big as The Witness, and I believe it's a free game, so it's really simple, like get into and play. It's quite short, but it is like, it still has that puzzly and world feel that The Witness has, which is really cool. Our next game is Woodbury Getaway. Fears to Fathom. It's part of the Fears to Fathom series. I believe it's the 5th episode of Fears to Fathom. God, I love Fears to Fathom. I love it so much. And I think they're still making it, but they're making it where it can be played multiplayer, which is really interesting. I hope it can be played single player as well, though, because that will be kind of a slight problem if it can't. It's a really, I really like the game. I really like all the games, especially the 4th one, Ironbark Lookout, but that's also just because I'm kind of obsessed with fire towers. But all the games are really cool, because supposedly they're based on true stories of different people send in stories, and then it's a game where you play through people's stories, which, if that is true, it's a really cool concept that you're playing through somebody's real life story, and also not. Those stories are kind of crazy, so it's kind of crazy. And Woodbury Getaway is where you're taking the weekend and going to like a house or something for like a weekend getaway, and a bunch of spooky things go down, like typical, but it's really cool. It's not my favorite out of the series, but it definitely is a really good one. Difficulty wise, if I remember correctly, most of them are just gotten by playing, well, no, not for Fears to Fathom. They're never usually like that. I know it had the one where you had to beat it without dying, which is actually really easy to do once you know how to do it, like how to not die. I'd say pretty easy. Because it really isn't anything too complex, and like I said, having to do it without dying, unless it has that one. If that one is an achievement, let me check. Because I remember there being a typing mini game that was kind of difficult for me, so that would move it up if that was an achievement, but I can't remember. Because it has like 10. Okay. Oh, then it had to catch a northern pike, which wasn't inherently difficult. It was just so rare. Yeah, you had to beat the minigame with 70 plus HP. Okay, we move it to kind of hard, just because some of those is kind of hard. Someone else's achievements. The typing minigame with 70 health I had a hard time with. Like, it took me, I don't remember how many tries, but more than one. And then, of course, the beating without dying, which isn't inherently hard, but you have to play through, like, most of the game. The Looker. We'll go back to that one since I kind of forgot about it. I'm gonna put in insane. I'm gonna put in insane for one sole reason. There was this, game that you had to play. I forget what it was called. The achievement was score 600 or higher in a certain challenge, where you had to like hit things, and it was insanely difficult. I don't know why that minigame was so hard. I was like angling my camera weird, where I could like zoom in weird. Like, it was this whole thing, and it took me so many attempts to do. Okay, Gris. Gris is going right up here in the adored love give me more category. I loved this game. I loved every moment of this game. This game is beautiful. The soundtrack, glorious. Like, so Gris has different levels, and the game is about grief. So each level kind of like corresponds to a stage of grief. So you have like denial, anger, bargaining, I think is the third one, sadness, and acceptance. So you're playing through like each stage, and each stage has a color attached to it that you're slowly getting more like revealed in the world. So yeah, it's just a really heartfelt game of playing through grief, which is a very heavy topic to begin with. So, and the game did it really, really well. So it's definitely one of my favorite games I played this year, if not one of my favorite games of all time. Just because of how well it was done, and the soundtrack of it was absolutely beautiful as well. Like, it was pretty insane. Achievement wise, I think I'm gonna put it in the kind of hard category. I feel like, because it wasn't too difficult. There were a few achievements that were kind of hard to tell. Like, the collectibles weren't that difficult. There was one where you had to like get through the eel stage without getting like snipped, which took me a couple tries because it's just hard to tell. But you can't like die or anything in the game, so I'm mainly just putting it there because of that. But it wasn't too bad. It's such a good game though. It's definitely on my list of games that everybody needs to try at least once. just the way it sort of touches on grief is it's really good. Well, Bakery Simulator is a game I played off of stream, and I'm gonna put it in the meh category. Like, it was pretty interesting at like the start and stuff, but then it just becomes quite repetitive, and it's nothing like too interesting. And then once you get out of like the first area, it kind of just becomes kind of like, the first area is quite cute and cozy, and then it just kind of becomes the opposite of that. Nothing too much to say about it. It's just I like to try out the simulator games. I typically enjoy a lot of them, but this was just kind of 100% wise, I feel like it was pretty easy. I don't feel like it was that difficult. I don't remember a whole lot about the achievements. It's kind of hard to remember every specific achievement. So I'm kind of just going by like an overall vibe that I can remember. But yeah, most of them were just grinding until you get access to stuff. Flower. I would say Flower is a game I enjoyed. It's really cute and the concept of it is really nice. The controls are just kind of really wacky. So it makes certain levels kind of difficult, or it made me a little nauseous in some parts because of the motion, which doesn't usually happen with me in games. So when a game does do that, it's kind of just like, kind of thing. But yeah, overall, it's cute. The concept's really cool. I believe it's supposed to be kind of like, because it starts like, what's the word? I believe the game's supposed to be about the effects of stuff on the environment. Because the game starts out kind of just like very open and nothing going around, and then the further you get into the game, you start getting buildings and pollution, I guess would be one of the words. It touches on like that. But I did enjoy it. The controls were just a bit wacky. And achievement wise, it's gonna go either in kinda hard or insane, because some of the achievements were quite difficult, because one of them you had to go through this whole level without getting zapped, which was quite hard. I'll probably put it in the kinda hard category, because it just, I don't know, there were just some achievements. And then the like city one where you had to awaken the whole city, that one you had to like go back and forth between so many areas because it was so hard to awaken everything. And then there's one section that like it kind of went on its own, so you had to like make sure you weren't missing anything. So Landlord of the Woods. So Landlord of the Woods is the game that the studio made before they made a game called Birth. I really liked Birth. So I'm gonna put Landlord of the Woods and really liked, because it wasn't quite as good as Birth, but it had the same art style, because I think they were trying to play around with it before they made Birth. And the concept of the game itself, like you being a landlord of the woods, you're going around, you're collecting people's rent, and each person's rent is like a different thing. And then the end, they invite you to a table to then you find out why they needed a new landlord of the woods in the first place, because they're fixing to need another one, because they keep eating them. So really interesting, really fun. Like it's very short. I believe it took me less than 2 hours to play. But it's an interesting game. Baby mode. I don't even know if this game has achievements. I don't remember. If a game don't have achievements, it goes in baby mode because there's nothing challenging. Let me see. Yeah, there's not even any achievements in this game. So we throw it in there and we move on with our day. Demonologist. So Demonologist is one of those ghost hunting games like Phasmophobia and Obsidio and several others that I don't remember their name. Like there's a lot of like ghost hunting type games out there. Demonologist is one that has very like the graphics are insane, but I say I enjoyed it. Cause it's a pretty fun game. I don't feel like it would be a very fun game without friends. Like if you just played it solo, I don't feel like it would be very good. The hunts in the game are very not necessarily feel very flushed out. Like only some maps have places to hide, and I feel like it's the later maps. Other maps don't necessarily have a place to hide. You just have to like hide in a bathroom or a closet and be quiet and hope for the best. But the really cool concept I do like about Demonologist is that not only do you have to figure out the ghost type, but you have to exorcise the ghost as well. So Demonologist has 3 stages to it, where stage 1 is where you have to figure out the ghost type. Then stage 2 is where you have to do like certain things, I guess, to prepare the exorcism. And then stage 3 is do the exorcism. And the interesting thing is each map is different. So each map has a different process to the exorcism. So like some maps are like simple, you just gotta, I believe one of the maps, like the second map, you just have to switch clocks to a specific time to exorcise the ghost. And then the hospital map, you have to like build a gun and shoot the ghost to exorcise it. And then the hospital one is really complicated because you have to like solve a puzzle, like one of those like sliding puzzles. Then you have to read the note and figure out the time to get across the floor. Then you have to find the fuses, and it's just a really complicated process. And then I think one map you had to zap the ghost with like these electricity things on the floor to exorcise it. I can't remember all of them, but it's very neat how each map is a different thing. Difficulty wise, I'm gonna put it in insane. Because there's this whole like puzzle thing you have to go and do, where you have to like start in the penthouse and do a bunch of things, which was quite hard. And then there is an achievement for exorcising the ghost on the asylum map, which that's the one that I was talking about, how there's like the sliding puzzle and then the floor puzzle. Then you have to find the field. Like it's a very complicated process that's actually really difficult, that I've only ever done once, and I've played that map quite a bit. So it's quite a hard 100%. And then there's an achievement for finding the High Priestess tarot card, which is so rare. Like me and my friends would pull tarot card after tarot card after tarot card, and I think we got it like once. Like, it's so unbelievably rare. It's actually insane. Next game. We're going to be getting to some interesting ones shortly, which I'm really excited about. So the next game we're going to be talking about is called Dear Esther. This is a game we played. I don't know if I played it on stream last year or the year before. Like, it's been a moment. But I finished the achievements this year for it, and it's just like, it's like, I believe it's like the walking simulator that started all walking simulators or something. Like it's like, I believe it was one of the first walking simulators out there, which I enjoy walking simulators because I usually enjoy like the graphics and the stories. I did enjoy this one. I would say I didn't enjoy it as much as like some of them. The story got a bit confusing here and there. I replayed it this year with director's commentary because you had to do that for the 100%, and it was really interesting hearing the developers talk. But yeah, I enjoyed the game. There's definitely walking simulators I enjoy more, but it's like one of the first, so. And difficulty wise for achievements, it's pretty easy. Honestly, kind of border baby mode, I guess. Because there's just like some collectibles and stuff that's hard to find, but most of them are just there. And then you have to like play through it a couple times because you need all the director's commentary, and there's like some voice lines you can miss. But it's pretty easy, 100%. Like there's nothing too crazy about it. 20 small mazes. This was a really simple game where you had it and it was just like 20 mazes. I really liked it. Like I said, it was fairly just like all you had. You just had 20 small mazes, but some of them interacted with each other. You just had to solve them. But it was really neat, and I believe the developer came out with a new game that's 20 something else. I'll have to look at it, but because if so, I would like to get it and play it because I did enjoy 20 small mazes. Difficulty wise, baby mode, question mark? Yeah. It's a baby mode one because there's one achievement in the game and you get it by solving the 20 mazes, which isn't inherently difficult. So, Home Safety Hotline. This game is a very interesting game. The concept of it is very neat. So I'm going to say I enjoyed it. Cuz you answer calls, like phone calls of people calling you about different creatures. Like if you were a, like, what's that word for the people who like Terminators or whatever? Like they call, and like it starts out simple where it's like, oh, you have a mouse or a mole or just like the simple creatures that one could have that would be giving them problems. But then it starts to get weird and you start ending up with weird things like different creatures from different folklores or portals or just a bunch of really weird stuff. Like the game gets really weird and it's really interesting. And there's like, I think there's a Christmas update that came out last year or something that has new creatures. I never played it. It doesn't have any achievements attached, so I just haven't had time to play it yet. But yeah. And difficulty wise for achievements, let's see. There was only really like one, I believe. Which you just had to like complete the game with 100% accuracy, but the days never change. So like the people who call and ask you things, they don't change. So once you play the game once, the second playthrough, like if you know which ones were the right answers, it's gonna always be the right answers. So I would say it's pretty baby mode. Like, because the rest of the achievements are just playing the game, so there's not anything like complicated about it. Cache cleaning simulator. I don't know if they've added achievements. I haven't checked. I played it near when it first came out because I just kind of got obsessed with it. I played it for like 4 days for like hours each day. So I really liked it. It was quite satisfying to deal with like the money and stuff. It kind of got a bit more meh near the end when you had to fill up the giant piggy bank because you just needed to put so much money in it. And there wasn't like really anything interesting other than that. So you just kind of throw all your money in and you're done. Um, I know they've added stuff to it. And then the stupid marked money and no way to like easily unmark it or tell that it's marked was really annoying. Apparently now I think they have a machine you can get that helps you, so I probably need to play it again. But I liked it. I really liked it. It was a fun game. Achievement wise, I'd say pretty easy. It's mostly just doing this, doing that, and then finding all like the fancy money to go in like the case that you had to do. Iron Lung. I enjoyed this game. It was kind of interesting. I'm gonna move. I'm actually gonna move Cash Cleaner into enjoyed. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Iron Lung. I enjoyed Iron Lung. It's a very interesting concept of a game. With the having to navigate the space but not being able to visually see where you're navigating. So you just have to go by like the coordinates, and the concept of being able to take pictures and it actually showing stuff. So like you're in an area. Like the game is actually held within a game space. You just can't really see it other than pictures, so it's really interesting. And also just the fact that Markiplier's coming out with a movie for it this year. Like January 30th, I think it comes out. I am so excited for that. Like, I cannot wait to see that movie. And he has gotten it in like legit theaters. Like, it's showing in the theater by where I live, which I'm so excited for. So I really like that game. Difficulty wise, pretty easy. I think really the only achievement mainly was going to the end at the beginning. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Just having to get to the end at the beginning. Alrighty, next game. Bugsnax. This was another redeemed game of this year. That got redeemed with the potatoes. Bugsnax was a game that I was not expecting. I really liked Bugsnax. It was a lot of fun. The ending I was not expecting at all. I think I'm gonna put it in really liked. And then I'm gonna move you to enjoyed. Okay, sorry. Moving things around a little, because once you start thinking about things more, sometimes you gotta move things around, you know? Well, yeah, no, Bugsnax was an insane game, because it starts out, warning, spoilers. I'll just give periodic warnings. But it starts out really cute, and you're like catching these cute Bugsnax. And there's all these cute things. And at the end, you learn they're freaking parasites. And they're not good. And it's a disaster. And it's a mess. And it's absolutely insane. And I don't know what to think of it. So it's a very interesting game with a very interesting story, and I really do hope they make a game to build onto that, because the way Bugsnax ended kind of opened up the door for that, and I would really like to see more about it. And all the characters are so cute and their storylines are so cute, and it's just overall it's just a really really cute game. Difficulty wise, ooh, I don't know where to put this because it's not inherently difficult. There's some like there's some like in order to decorate every part of your house, you had to do an absurd amount of mini missions, like the little missions. But like, we'll put it in kind of hard because it really ain't too bad. Overall, most of them are pretty just like you just flow and you get them, this and that. I don't I don't remember any of them sticking out to me as like, oh, this is so crazy, you know? AER Memories of Old. I really liked this game. This was one of the like games I really like. We're gonna move it to Adored actually because there are parts of like the whole concept of you and then getting to fly around, and then once you approach like the ending area, how the sky fades out and it's just like how like the storm and snow fades out and it's just like stars and skies. It's just like it's so I loved that part so much. That was absolutely just glorious and fantastic. Like, oh my god. It was so good. Like I really loved it. And just like the story and like the ending was just like, what? Like overall the game was crazy. Difficulty wise though, I don't know. I don't feel like there was anything inherently difficult. There was just a lot of having to find a lot of stuff. So just like exploration. Oops. So I would say pretty easy. Because some of the stuff was quite hard to find, but like it wasn't like difficult. Okay, Clean the Sea. I did not really enjoy this game. There's not a lot of games I don't enjoy, but this game just wasn't what I was expecting it to be. And after a certain point in the game, it was just kind of like, oh, yay. And you don't even need to play the whole game to get all the achievements. Like, it just kind of, eh. Speaking of achievements, it's baby mode. Like, it's not hard at all. You just, like I said, you don't even have to finish the game to get all the achievements. Most of them are just like, collect this amount of trash and this amount of this and this amount of this. And so, yeah. Dark Souls. Dark Souls Remastered. This was another redeemed game of this year. And oh my god. Oddly enough, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I kind of got a little obsessed with it. Like, I was playing it and I was watching YouTube videos about it and just like a bunch of stuff. It's difficult. It hurt. There were a lot of moments where I was just like, eh. But I did enjoy it. Like, I really liked it. It genuinely wasn't a game I ever thought I would play. Like, I had no desires or plans to play Dark Souls at all in my life. Like, zero, zilch, nada. But it got redeemed, so I played it, And it was something. It was something, that is for sure. I spent like 84 hours. It took us like 4 or 5 months of streaming it cuz we went for the 100% um to 100% it, but we did it. And I felt very accomplished when I did it. And I wasn't expecting the game to be as big as it was either, because I got to... The first part of the game took me forever, and then I got to Anor Londo, and I'm like, oh, there's more. But I didn't realize how much more there would be. And then we went back from Anor Londo for a while, because I got stuck on Ornstein Smough. But then we went back, and then I got some help with Ornstein and Smough, and I still sucked with Ornstein and Smough, but that's besides the point. But yeah. Nah, but I didn't think I would, but I did like it. 100% wise. Okay. This is the one and only game in this list of this year that is going in because oh, this game broke. This game's 100% broke me. Like, if the game didn't do it itself, the 100% sure did. Because, oh my god. Not only do you have to do a minimum of 2.5 complete playthroughs of this game, 200% it. If you miss something in those, you could end up having to do a whole nother one or start a whole nother one. Like, it's insane. Because you need 2 boss weapons in the 3rd playthrough. So you have to get to Anor Londo. And you have to get to the giant blacksmith in the 3rd playthrough. 200% it. Because you need 2 Gwyn souls for things. So you can use the first one for one of the things. And then use the second one for the weapon. And then you need the wolf soul 3 times for 3 weapons. And since you can only fight it once per playthrough, 2.5 playthroughs. So it's insane. It's insane. It is insane. And then I didn't think I was gonna make it past that second playthrough because I got stuck on Gwyn. He didn't give me too much difficulty in the first one, but I got stuck on him in the second one, so I had to go, because I took the shortcut in the fire area, so I didn't have to fight the centipede or the other dude, but I had to go back and I had to fight them because I had to get Solaire's. I had to save Solaire so I can enlist his help to fight Gwyn, because it was a mess. It was a mess. Do I recommend playing this game? Yes. I think people should at least attempt it. Should you 100% this game? No. I don't recommend it. It is pain. Alrighty, moving on. Tunic. Tunic is a game I really liked. The concept of Tunic was so cool. It's very much a Souls-like in the combat. Like, the combat is not easy. It reminded me a lot about Death's Door. But the puzzles, and like, you get through the game and you go to fight the final boss, it's like, oh my god, this is insane. But you don't even have to fight her. Like, we had to go back and fight her because of achievements. But it's the puzzles. The puzzles were so cool. And the way the golden path worked was insane. Like, I caught on to how to solve it pretty quickly, and I thought it was absolutely genius. And then that one that we got stuck on for a little bit, because typically, spoiler alert, typically with the golden path, most of the stuff was in the manual. You just had to read through the manual. and it would be like in the manual, but this one wasn't in the manual. The instructions on how to find it were in the manual. So we had to like go back out to the main menu, do this like weird thing with a save file, do this, and then we go in and then there's just like this random save file that I did not make in our save file options. And you go into it and oh my god, it's part of the golden path. It gives you the next clue. And it was there were so many times where my mind was just shattered and blown. And not only that, but like, you're a fox. You're a cute fox, and it's cute, and you also can't really read a lot of the world, so a lot of the items you get, you have to figure out what they do by testing it. Like, it doesn't just tell you because you're a fox and you can't read the text. Which is so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. Achievement wise, this is insane. I wouldn't say it's quite as hard as Dark Souls, but it's a hard 100%. You have to do 2 playthroughs of it. Well, I had to. I don't know if you have to do 2 playthroughs. Like, if you don't miss stuff your first playthrough, you may be able to get off with doing it in 1, but either way, and it wasn't like a fresh playthrough, it was like a new game plus, so you have like your extra stuff, so it wasn't that hard. I guess Dark Souls was new game plus too, but then you can stack on, so you can stack on your health, your mana, and your stamina. Like, you can stack it up, stack to it. It was really cool. But it was quite insane 100%, because there's this one achievement where you had to get the gun before the sword, and you had to go like this really weird out of the way to do it. It was pretty crazy. But such a good game. I'm so happy I played it. It's such a good game. Such a cute game. Order 13. We're gonna put this game in the meh category, because the concept of it I thought was really cool. I thought the concept of it was really, really cool. Like, you have to ship packages for people. You work in a warehouse, but it's like haunted. But the enemy in it that kind of like haunted you was it was just annoying. It was just flat out annoying. Like, its AI was just weird, and the whole concept with like, you can't be out long because your cat's happiness goes down, and once your cat's happiness is too low, you die, so you have to like just end the day once your cat's happiness gets too low. But you need to make a certain amount of money or you're in a pickle the next day. And the AI was just like slow and obnoxious, and it was just kind of, I don't know. It just wasn't what I was hoping for with the game. And achievement wise, honestly, just because of the fact that you can go into the settings and turn off the monster and turn off the cat happiness, at that point it just becomes a grind. There's no like challenge to it. It just becomes very much a grind. I think if you couldn't do that, it would be up here because it would be nearly impossible. But because you can turn the stuff off, it ain't hard. It's just more of just like, I just gotta sit here for 2 hours and grind packages until I get enough money to get this achievement, sort of thing. So, Lake. Lake's a game I really liked. I really enjoyed Lake. It was a really cute story, and you could kind of choose. There's like multiple endings, and I ended up going into an RV with my girlfriend, which was really cool. The only gripe I have about this game, is the steering wheel is on the wrong side of the truck. Because this game is set in the US. And in the US, Mel Vehicle's driving side is on the other side. So in a typical US vehicle, you drive on the left side of the car. The driver's side is on like the left side of the car. But in Mel vehicles, it's supposed to be on the right. And this game didn't do that. So that's the only gripe I had about it. But other than that, the story was really cute. There was a lot of dialogue, which did get a bit annoying at times, especially when we had to get every ending. But it's such a cute game as a whole. I loved it. Difficulty, it's pretty easy. There's nothing too much. Like, there's a couple missable ones and whatnot, but like none of them are like hard. So pretty easy. Slime Rancher. I enjoyed Slime Rancher. I played it quite a while. I took like a 2-year break in between playing it for the first time on stream and then finishing the achievements, which was, I don't know why I did that, but overall, it's a pretty fun game. The slimes are cute. The concept's cute. I'm really excited to play the second one, because the slimes are even more adorable in the second one, so I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say on Slime Rancher, I guess. Difficulty wise, I would say it's kind of hard. Like, I didn't have any moments where I'm like, like, it wasn't like so hard, but there were moments like the having to get 70, the rush mode achievements were kind of difficult, but none of like the ball one wasn't. Like, none of the main game ones weren't. Just the rush one, the hardest rush one, was a little difficult. That's just because I didn't know about all the golden Gordos laying around. But yeah. Cursor Blade. I'm gonna say this one's meh for me. I thought the concept was cool of being one of those like actually I enjoyed it. Because it's like the kind of like along the same lines of like the Vampire Survivor type game where you get upgrades and abilities. But instead of moving with like WASD, it's your cursor. Your cursor's the weapon. And there's like different ones that have like different abilities, which I never really used their secondary ability very much, but it's a pretty interesting game. I'm gonna put kind of hard because inherently the achievements aren't that difficult, but I had the hardest time getting to 50 for some reason. Like, I didn't really have any trouble getting the scores, like the 50k, then the 100k scores for each one. It was just reaching round 50 or level 50 that I don't know. It just took me way too long. I was just really bad at it. It was really hard for me. Bee Simulator. I don't know. I thought the main story was really cute. We'll put it in enjoyed. Because the main story was really cute. It's just really insanely short. And then you just have like the side stuff, which there really isn't much to the side stuff. There's a lot of like collectibles and stuff that go into the achievements. If it was more just like just the story, then it would probably go into meh. Because the stories, or even, I don't know. Because I love the story. It's just so short, but it's so cute. And you can like change your bee skin and stuff. So, I don't know. I enjoyed it though. Difficulty wise, a lot of them are kind of buggy, but a lot of them is just do this so many times, collect the pollen from 3,000 flowers, beat all the games, find all the little bees, but there's like indicators and stuff. So I'd say overall it's pretty easy. It took me forever, and that's just because a lot of the stuff is grindy. But there's nothing inherently like complicated. Isle of Jura. I enjoyed this game. I got kind of into a fishing game on VRChat. So I kind of started getting into fishing games on Steam. And I had that one, and I'm like, this one seems cute. And it doesn't seem like it would be like a whole long time to do. So I'll play this one, because I know web fishing takes a while. And it is cute. It's a cute little fishing game. You're on a little island. There's only 3 upgrades, I think, so you get everything really quickly and really early on. You get all the items pretty early on, so it's just kind of grindy for like the fish types and stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's pretty cute, pretty short, like it's just a small cute game. Difficulty wise, I'll say baby mode. There wasn't really anything difficult in it. It was more just, hey, you just have to sit here catching fish until you get the one you're missing sort of thing. But nothing difficult. And there's only 3 achievements in the game, so. Loverwind, or however you pronounce it. I'm gonna put it in the meh category. This is Loverwind is part of a game this one person makes. They're just like a collection of walking simulators or stuff. The like snow one I play most of these on my own because they're really short, like an hour. Like I think Bottle took me like 30 minutes to play. Like they're very short games, but a lot of them are quite good. Like I really enjoyed Lucid Cycle. That one took about 3 hours. That one was a longer one. I enjoyed Bottle. I enjoyed the cold one. This one was just kind of like mediocre compared to the other ones. And achievement wise, definitely baby mode. There's nothing hard in the game. You just run around collecting things and then you're done. It's really easy. So, nothing too spectacular. Necrophosis, or however you pronounce it. I don't know whether to put it in meh or did not enjoy. I think I'm gonna put it in meh. I was hoping this game would be something it was not. So it disappointed me quite a bit. It still had like a very odd style and art style. I was hoping this game would be like Scorn, like the same similar art style to Scorn without the combat that Scorn has. Because I love Scorn, but the combat ruins it. But that was not this game. And this game actually was more of a Lovecraftian game because Cthulhu made an appearance at the end. I don't know. I don't know what was happening. I don't know. I was disappointed in it. But the 100% was pretty easy at least. Like, there was nothing too crazy. There's a couple collectibles I missed, but nothing like hard, you know? Anyway, enough talk about that game. I'm mad at it. Moving on. Under Leaves. I really liked this game. Under Leaves was a find game where you just like had to search around finding things, but it was a watercolor art style with different areas and different animals, and it was so cute because once you found all the things the animals were asking for, it would like have an effect. Achievement wise, it goes in baby mode. It's really easy. The only thing is you have to beat the game without using the hint system, which is just a point and click find game. So Liminal Shift. Liminal Shift is another liminal space game I really liked. I didn't like it quite as much as Liminal Core, but it was really good. It was really good. There's not much to say on it because all these are fairly similar. It's pool rooms, weird art style, weird rooms, so. Achievement wise, I'm gonna put it in pretty easy. Because I feel like the achievements were a bit harder than Liminal Core, but like not by much. So, I don't know. Steel Wakes the Deep. I really liked this game. I wouldn't quite put it in the top category, even though I feel like it should go in the top category. But like I really liked the story. I really liked the concept, and the way the oil rig just became more and more dilapidated as time went on was crazy to me. And the graphics, oh my god. The graphics were so good. Such good graphics. I would say the achievements are kind of hard. A lot of them is just finding stuff, and I thought one was bugged for a bit with the DLC because I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I apparently I just missed it somehow. But it's not like too bad because most of the stuff you can turn it down a difficulty, where the monsters don't actively go for you. There's just a couple where you have to beat the game in like the Scottish dialect where you can't read nothing. That gets kind of hard. The Unfinished Swan. I love this game. The first level I didn't like quite as much, but after that I really enjoyed it because the second level gave me the vibe of like this other game I really like, and it's by the same creators as What Remains of Edith Finch, which is another game I like. Oh, I love so much. So it's such a good game. I loved every moment of it. The concept was really cool. The story of it was really interesting, and how each level kind of played into different things. I really liked it. I'm gonna put in kind of hard, but solely because of that one achievement. Solely because of that one achievement where you have to make it to like the bell tower area with only using 3 ink throws. In a level that is all white, where we can't see nothing. That one, it didn't take, I think it only took us like 3 or 4 attempts, so in reality it really didn't take us long, but it was quite difficult. It was quite difficult. Power Wash Simulator. I enjoy this game. For some reason, Power Wash Simulator, if I play it too long, starts making me a little nauseous. I don't know why that game makes me motion sick a bit. I don't understand it, but it's a fun game. I'm excited to play the second one. I wanted to play the first one before I played the second one. The first one has like 100 achievements because it has a bunch of DLCs. A couple DLCs I didn't like very much. The Warhammer DLC I really didn't enjoy. Not that I don't like Warhammer, it's just the stuff to clean was very annoying, and you did not get the tri-tip red gun in that DLC. Like, you didn't get it in the SpongeBob one either, but the SpongeBob one was fine because it didn't have like the annoying stuff that the Warhammer one did. Difficulty, I'll say pretty easy. There wasn't anything like inherently difficult. Pretty much you just wash something in each level, especially with the DLC. Each level had like a side thing you had to do. You just had to wash the whole level and then like stand on this for 5 seconds, or clean this last, or clean this first, like stuff like that. Like, it really wasn't bad. Alrighty. Hollow Knight Silksong. We technically didn't 100% this game this year, but we did 100% our save file and beat the true ending, so I think it counts well enough. I really like Silksong. I'm not putting it in adored like I would Hollow Knight because I personally don't enjoy Silksong as much as I enjoy Hollow Knight. I haven't exactly pinpointed why that is. I feel like I just like the desolate feel of Hollow Knight. Because Silksong is very, like, Farloom is very populated. There's a lot of characters, a lot of dialogue, like, a lot of, like, it feels like a kingdom. Like, yes, it's falling into ruin, but there's people, and there's towns, and there's stuff. While Hollow Nest just felt so desolate and empty. Like, you had a few people in, like, Dirtmouth, but most of the area under is just, like, desolate and stuff, you know? And also the thing with, like, the wishes, like, some of them were good, and some of them I understand why they were there, but other ones were literally just fetch quests. Like, go get this many of this item and then return it. Or go get this many of this item. Or, like, because you had the one where you had to get, like, the cloaks from the people, or, like, the pins from the dudes, or, like, the different organs for the little bug, and, like, wherever that place was. Not Biowater. Putrefied Ducks. And Silksong actually made me like Deep Nest, because Biowater and Putrefied Ducks are way worse than Deep Nest ever could be. I did enjoy the story and how it connected to, like, Hollow Knight and how the knight came back. The combat was quite a bit harder. Like, it made me good at Hollow Knight, which I appreciate. But just the fact of everything doing 2 damage, oh my god, please spare me. Like, so early on too. Like, I understand later bosses, like I understand like Lost Lace doing 2 damage, or Grandmother Silk, or even Cradle Lace, or First Sinner, or like so many bosses I understand. But there's so many, like, not bosses, just enemies that do 2 damage, and so much stuff early on that does 2 damage. It's just like, I felt like I was getting bullied a lot more in Silksong than I ever did in Hollow Knight. So ranking it in this category is kind of hard because I haven't done it. So just doing 100% save file in true ending, I would put it in insane. Once I'm done 100%ing it, it will probably go in because there's Silk Soul mode, and then there's the speedrun modes, and it's just like crazy. And also there's a DLC coming out this year, so I'm excited to see what that's gonna be. I don't know when exactly it will come out this year, but I cannot wait, and we will be playing it. But yeah, I think that's my list of every game I 100% this year. So these are all the games I adored, and then so we adored God of War, Unfinished Swan, Tunic, AER Memories of Old, Gris, Spiritfarer, and Liminal Core. And then the games I really liked were Still Wakes the Deep, Silksong, Liminal Shift, Under Leaves, Lake, Dark Souls, Bugsnax, Landlord of the Woods, Fears to Fathom, The Looker, Valley Peaks, and Far. The games I enjoyed are Power Wash Simulator, Isle of Jura, Beast Simulator, Cursor Blade, Slime Rancher, 20 Small Mazes, Iron Lung, Cache Cleaning Simulator, Home Safety Hotline, Dear Esther, Demonologist, Flower, Crime Scene Cleaner, Node Blaster, Discolored, and Tattletale. The games that were just like meh is Necrophosis, Loverwind, Order 13, Donut County, Bakery Simulator, and the game I did not enjoy is Clean the Sea. So that is that list. for this year. And then difficulty wise, the games that were is Dark Souls to 100%. The insane games were Tunic, Silksong, Demonologist, Valley Peaks, God of War, and The Looker. The games that were kinda hard is The Unfinished Swan, Still Wakes the Deep, Cursor Blade, Slime Rancher, Bug Snacks, Flower, Grist, Spiritfarer, Crime Scene Cleaner, Fierce to Fathom. The pretty easy games were Power Wash Simulator, Necrophosis, Bee Simulator, Lake, AER, Iron Lung, Cash Cleaning, Dear Esther, Donut County, Tattletale, Discolored, Far, Liminal Shift, and Bakery. And the games that were super easy baby mode were Under Leaves, Lover Wind, Isle of Jura, Order 13, Clean the Sea, Home Safety Hotline, 20 Small Mazes, Node Buster, Liminal Core, and Landlord of the Woods. So that is that list. And that is what we were doing tonight. Happy New Year's, guys. We have ranked every game I've played this year 100%ed. Every game I 100%ed this year by how much I enjoyed the game and how hard it was. So this was a pretty fun list. There were some really great games that I played this year. Some games that I absolutely loved. And I absolutely cannot wait to find out what games we're going to be playing this year now, because it's technically this new year. I'm really excited to see what kind of games we're going to be playing this year and accomplishing, and how many achievements we're going to end up. And yeah, there's some games I'm just so excited to play, and I cannot wait. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. But anyway, Happy New Year to absolutely everybody. I can't believe we are all the way back at January. It's insane. But yeah, I hope you guys all have an absolutely fantastic day or night. Whatever time it happens to be for you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope you guys all have a great New Year's. But I shall see y'all later. Thank you. I hope you guys all have a good one. Good night and goodbye. Bye-bye.